Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Chris Maloney back with you for another edition of CWN Predicts WWE Elimination Chamber 2023, taking place live tonight, 8 o'clock p.m., Peacock WWE Network, as well as the kickoff taking place 7 o'clock p.m., Peacock WWE Network, as well as social media, and taking place from the Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec. And I almost, I debated on wearing my Ottawa Senators jersey during this prediction show, because I am an Ottawa Senators fan, and the only NHL game I've ever been privileged to see was at it used to be called Canadian Tire Center. Now I think it's or maybe it is. No, it's the one in Ottawa. Anyways, there thoughts on building a new one. So my I think it's still the Canadian Tire Center. It used to be called something else. Anyway, long story short, I saw the Montreal Canadiens as against the Habs, so to speak. It was a good game, but it's interesting that about 1/3, even more so, of the arena that night were Montreal Canadiens fans. So it made for a good environment. We were upper bowl, not quite at the back, but upper bowl, but pretty much center ice, and a very cool experience for me. But like I said, WB Elimination Chamber 2023 taking place tonight. Just going to turn this volume down just a little bit. I think I fixed the audio issues I've been experiencing the past two episodes. A little bit OCD. So anybody who's listened to or watched the show probably not so much, didn't really notice. But to me, yes, I noticed immediately. So I did some tests after the last show. I think I've fixed it. So I won't know until after this airs. But if you're watching the premiere, thank you very much. If you're listening audio, thank you very much as well. But back to the BB Elimination Chamber. I need to learn to slow down again. Taking place live tonight, Bell Center, Montreal, Quebec. Just to share some thoughts on rest in peace to Jerry Jarrett. He ended up passing away on February the 14th, the age of 80, due to cancer of the esophagus. He wasn't really big as far as WCW went, but his hands were kind of all over the place as far as pro wrestling went. Obviously, him and Jerry the King Lawler, him and Jeff Jarrett. I'm a huge Impact Wrestling fan, and if it wasn't for Bob Ryder and the Jarretts, including Jeff Jarrett and Jerry Jarrett, we wouldn't have had, Impact Wrestling, TNA Wrestling, NWA TNA back in the day. So I just want to shout out thoughts, prayers, and strength to Jerry Jarrett's fans, his family, and his friends. And, he was kind of before my day, before my generation. My generation was basically Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, those guys there. Excited for tomorrow, by the way. And I've got a cat looking at me. And anybody familiar with the show, it's the one and only Rizzo. And, he did a number to my hand last night. I don't know if you can really see it on video here, but I went to go pet him and he dug his claws in. So I've got a few scratches on my hand here, but Rizzo, anybody who's watched or listened to the show before, is familiar with the one and only Rizzo, one and only Rizzo when I'm doing a podcast. But anyway, 5 big matches taking place tonight, and I'm going to go through them in order of what I think is important. Obviously, you know what the main event's going to be, but like I said, 5 big matches on tap tonight. Bobby Lashley taking on Brock Lesnar. That one came about from last Monday on Raw. The contract was officially signed. Brock Lesnar is one tough SOB, I tell you that much. That back body drop he took on the floor looked absolutely legit. I mean, and ironically enough, I think that was on the Monday. And the Wednesday, I was getting ready for AEW to start, and they had some UFC on what was it on TSN. I believe it was TSN. It might have been the Tuesday before NXT. Anybody, but it was Brock Lesnar unifying the interim title with his title to remain heavyweight champion of the UFC. And he just won, like I said, one tough SOB. But and then to take that back body drop from Lashley, so it's going to be a slugfest tonight. Guarantee. Lashley is becoming a heel. Cowboy Brock is becoming the babyface, so to speak. But just 2 powerhouses going at it. It's interesting because you've had all the hints with regards to MVP and the Hurt Business, and then all of a sudden there was a rumor. I shouldn't say rumor, but there's talks of Carmelo Anthony, and I was talking about him with NXT Vengeance Day as far as my CWN Predicts goes, and bringing Carmelo Anthony up to the main roster and for him to be part of the Hurt Business. So, you take Cedric and Shelton, you get Bobby Lashley, as well as Omos, and now all of a sudden you add Carmelo Anthony to that mix. I think it'd be a huge faction, huge stable, especially going into the summertime there. But heel Bobby Lashley is coming about, and I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong, he was a good babyface as well, but you align him with MVP in that Hurt Business, and he's unstoppable. And with the bloodline pretty much disintegrating, within the next couple of months, so to speak. Roman's going to need some time off, and obviously, I'm preluding to my WrestleMania predictions. But I'm going to say the Hurt Business would be great. But how do you make Brock Lesnar lose? And if you make Brock Lesnar lose, what's the point, considering the fact those rumors right there with regards to him and Gunther, going at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship? I think that's one of those titles that Brock has never won. Tag team, I don't think he's won either, but he has been King of the Ring. Obviously, he's been unified champion. He defeated The Undertaker, obviously, WrestleMania. I'm going to say this because it's Brock Lesnar and because of those rumors, as far as facing Gunther goes, as far as WrestleMania, and they had that small kind of stare down with regards to the Royal Rumble there. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Brock Lesnar for the win in this one. I'm going to say Bobby Lashley takes the loss. And I'm going to say because of this loss, then we see him realign himself with the Hurt Business, because the fact is Bobby Lashley doesn't like losing. To lose to Brock Lesnar is one thing, but I think, you could do Bobby Lashley goes full heel with the Hurt Business, and Brock Lesnar, you set him up with Gunther at WrestleMania for the IC Championship. So Brock Lesnar for the win in this one there. Mixed tag team match coming up next. So you got Edge and Beth Phoenix taking on the Judgment Day, Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio is going to be there. It's interesting because of what happens on Valentine's Day with Dominic, as well as Rhea, disrupting Rey Mysterio and Angie on their dinner date, so to speak. I think this may be the start. Ray's always been like, I don't want to fight my brother. Don't want to fight. I'm thinking Brett Nolan, but Ray's always been, I don't want to fight my son. Don't want to fight my son. But cool father-son moment would be the two of them going at WrestleMania. So I think this is where Ray may decide enough's enough. And this, I think, is going to be where Ray, basically aligns himself with Edge once again and Beth Phoenix and takes out Dominic. So that being said, Rhea Ripley's strong with regards to going into the women's match against Charlotte WrestleMania. Finn Balor, I'm going to say, takes the loss in this one against Edge, especially Edge being the hometown boy, the home country boy. So I'm going to say Edge and Beth Phoenix for the win. I'm going to say Rey Mysterio finally starts to, show his dissension towards Dominic in this one here. Third match of the night, the first of two Elimination Chamber matches. Winner in this one goes on to face Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania 39. So Bianca's still champion going into WrestleMania. Yes, she will face the winner of this match. So you got Asuka, Carmella, Liv Morgan, Natalya, Nikki Cross, and Raquel Rodriguez. If I were to say a close second, now obviously, a little bit of bias, but if I would say, Natalya for the win, I think that'd be absolutely cool, but it's not going to happen. So if I'm going to say a close second, I'm going to say Asuka, just because of the new Asuka, so to speak. But I'm going to say because of the history, the NXT history, so to speak, I'm going to say it's going to be Raquel Rodriguez doing her thing once again, starting to dominate the women's division there in the WWE. And how does she do that? She goes to WrestleMania against Bianca Belair for the title. So I'm going to say Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez. It comes down to final two. And I'm going to say Raquel Rodriguez for the win in this one to go on to face Bianca Belair for the championship at WrestleMania 39. Second Elimination Chamber match of the night is for the United States Championship. So Austin Theory defending against Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano, Montez Ford, and Seth freaking Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins. Sorry, if I could read my own typing. Anyways, so Montez Ford, he's the future as far as I'm concerned. I mean, and he's up there in age. I shouldn't say up there in age like 40s or anything like that, but he is a little bit older, to my knowledge, but this, I'm going to say this, the sky is the limit for the guy, but they have to pull the trigger. They have to give him a singles championship, much like they did with Edge after Edge and Christian, and, Edge went off the IC title and then the United States title, everything else. Tonight's not going to be the night though. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Austin Theory for the win. There's so many different avenues you can go with this. Bronson Reed, he's been unstoppable since he's been back. Damian Priest, obviously. Johnny Gargano, I think would be cool as well. Seth freaking Rollins, if I had to pick a number two, would be him. But, it's interesting because you've got Seth freaking Rollins, who's been rumored to go on to face Logan Paul at WrestleMania. Title on the line would be absolutely cool, but I don't think it's going to be Rollins. I think it's going to be Theory because of fantasy booking going on here. I want to see Austin Theory defend that championship. So he wins tonight, defend that championship at WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood against John Cena. I think Theory versus Cena, WrestleMania 39 for the United States Championship. I think it'd be absolutely cool. I'm not sure who I'd put over in that one, though. Austin Theory, obviously, future of the business. So do you put him over John Cena at WrestleMania to give him that kind of passing of the torch, so to speak? Here and now, February 18th, I'm going to say yes, but come WrestleMania predictions, I may change my mind if that is the case. But in order for Austin Theory to defend the U.S. Championship against John Cena at WrestleMania, he has to win tonight. You make him look strong there in Montreal. It's you pretty much do whatever you want to. It's heel tactics, you know. So I'm going to say it comes down to Theory and Rollins. I'm going to say the fans are thinking of a title switch, but I'm going to say Theory, ends up winning the match to retain the United States Championship there. And then the match Canadians, especially Montrealers, are waiting for. And silly old me fell asleep before the end of SmackDown last night, and I'm kicking myself. And I still haven't watched the highlights yet. I've read through what I missed. But apparently, Sami Zayn there at the Bell Center last night at SmackDown, I got the Maurice Rocket Richard reaction, and to the point they were chanting his name, singing along with his old theme song, the Ole 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 chants, which are absolutely huge. And I had to put up with that when I saw Ottawa and Montreal in Ottawa, by the way. But to know that he got that Rocket Richard reaction last night, I've got to go back and watch it. Got a second podcast coming up today, but I will watch it before the main event tonight. I'll watch it before Elimination Chamber tonight. But that being said, Sami Zayn going for the the undisputed WWE Universal Championship against Roman Reigns tonight. Paul Heyman ringside. Solo Sikoa is going to be lurking. I haven't heard anything about the Usos, but it's the big moment where all of a sudden Jay, I think, would be the one to screw, and it's all over the internet as well, but it's my thoughts exactly. Jay comes out, screws over Sami Zayn because you think Jay is still aligned with Sami. Sami loses the match and it doesn't win the championship. Roman goes on to, WrestleMania to headline against Cody. Then all of a sudden it's a big beatdown at the end of it. So Roman Reigns is kind of watching the Usos as well as Solo Sikoa beat down on Sami once again, much the same thing as Royal Rumble. But this time Montreal, Kevin Owens makes his return, saves Sami, sets up the tag team match everybody's been talking about with regards to Sami and Kevin taking on the Usos at WrestleMania, and the Usos losing the championships to Sami and Kevin. And Hometown Boy comes out, and Kevin Owens makes a save for his other hometown boy. I'd love to see them pull the trigger on Sami. I was thinking about this last night. I was like, you have him beat Roman and then have Roman somehow win the title back, but then you take the momentum away from WrestleMania. I do not want to see a three-way at WrestleMania. I want to see Cody. I want to see Roman Reigns face each other. With regards to Sami Zayn, though, I think it'd be absolutely cool. And if Cody didn't come back, Sami would be perfect fit. He'd do the match at WrestleMania as opposed to tonight. But that being said, and as a biased Canadian, I'm going to say this: Sami Zayn loses the match against Roman, gets the victory in the end because Kevin comes out to save him from the beatdown from the bloodline, so to speak. So, guys, those are my predictions for WWE Elimination Chamber 2023, taking place live tonight. Like I said, 8 o'clock p.m. Peacock WWE Network. Kickoff 7 o'clock p.m. on Peacock Social Media and WWE Network. Of course, taking place Bell Centre, Montreal, Quebec. So, rundown once again: Brock Lesnar for the win against Bobby Lashley. Edge and Beth Phoenix for the win against the Judgment Day and Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. I'm going to say Raquel Rodriguez in the Elimination Chamber match. Winner to go on to face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 39. Elimination Chamber match for the United States Championship. I'm going to say Austin Theory retains. And then the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match, Roman Reigns retains against Sami Zayn. Unpopular, but going into WrestleMania, knowing the storylines and knowing that Sammy and Kevin could walk out of WrestleMania as champions, to me is kind of that icing on the cake with, Sammy not winning tonight. So, guys, those are my predictions there. Once again, I am Chris Maloney at Chris Maloney CWN as far as Instagram as well as Twitter goes. I am the CWN founder, and it's one little tiny line that's on the screen here, but I'm loving this because I could do an interview, have a guest, and then basically the whole time the guest is on the show, have like what book they've done or what piece of music's coming up, or what show they've got coming up, or whatever the case may be. So good for you, StreamYard, for adding that. So anyways, I'm rambling. I've got one more show to do. So this officially premiered YouTube as well as Twitch and Facebook. Another show coming up today, 5:00 p.m. for New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley 2023, which is absolutely going to be huge as well. You've got UFC taking place tonight, UFC Fight Night. I think Vegas, but I forget what number it is. But that being said, yeah, this is the first of two prediction shows today. So I'm just going to make sure my banners are all set, and I am. And guys, thank you very much for watching and listening. Like I said, I'll be back at 5:00 today p.m. So if I can talk, I'll be back at 5:00 p.m. today on I almost said Instagram, YouTube, as well as Twitch and then Facebook for the premiere of CWN Predicts New Japan New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley 2023. Obviously, I need a small break right now, but guys, as I always say, thank you very much for watching and listening, and I'll see everybody again sometime soon.